Today, we will be discussing developing a family spending plan. If you're not good at maintaining a household budget, you're not alone. Many families operate without a spending plan, and even those who think they are budgeting may not actually be doing so. The budgeting process involves more than simply recording receipts and taking stock of spending habits. Here are 8 crucial steps for making a family budget. They include bring both partners together, communication, take financial inventory, trim costs, building savings, setting goals, lower your taxes. What's next? A budget will never work if the adults in the family aren't on the same page. Before you start crunching the numbers, have a frank discussion with all the decision makers in the house to talk about spending behaviors and expectations. We all manage money differently. As a result, spending behaviors can clash, making communication essential. It's important to talk about money. This is why managing money as a couple requires communication. So don't keep financial secrets, but instead, schedule money meetings, either weekly or monthly, to make sure both partners are on the same page. Life changes are bound to happen. This will mean financial changes. In that case, it may be necessary for each party to compromise in order to create a budget that all family members will back. Before you can write a budget, you need to understand your current financial situation. This includes debts, savings, credit reports, investments, property, insurance, fixed and variable expenses. Once you have a sense of how you're spending your money, then you can create a realistic budget based on prioritizing your needs, then goals, and then your wants. Many banks and credit cards will aggregate account information and produce income and expense reports. You can also turn to beneficial and free budgeting tools through your phone apps located in Google Play or the Apple Store. As you track expenses, place them into categories that make sense to you, such as housing, entertainment, periodic expenses, dining out, and debt payments. Once you know how much you spend in each category, determine which expenses are fixed and which change throughout the year. It's also helpful to identify which categories are discretionary, meaning they cover expenses that are nice but non-essential for your family. As you review the categories, determine whether any spending is excessive. If spending in one category is too high, or if there is no money left over for savings or debt repayment, it's time to trim expenses. Almost everyone has things in their budgets that they can cut out or cut back on and not even feel it. Dining out tends to be a drain on many budgets, but by menu planning, shopping sales at markets, and buying items in bulk, you can reduce the cost of groceries and make it more economical to eat at home. Cable, subscription services, and impulse purchases made online are also low-hanging fruit when it comes to reducing household spending. So take a close look at your spending habits and see what fat can be trimmed from your financial budget. Savings should be a top priority for every family, so pay yourself first by the use of automatic allotments. While it may be tempting to focus on paying down debts first, an emergency fund is equally important. So build that emergency savings. After emergency fund, retirement is the next savings priority. Workplace 401k and IRA accounts offer tax incentives, making them a good spot to deposit money for retirement. It's also ideal to take advantage of any employer matching in retirement programs. I mean, who doesn't like free money after all? In this diagram, you will see it broken down into 2 phases, plan phase and act phase. Goals will direct your spending. This is why it's important to communicate with your partner early on what some of your financial goals are. There may be some differences in goals, and this is where each family will need to find what works for them and their budget through compromise and prioritization. Part of the budgeting process is balancing the need to pay off debt with the need to save for the future. This is why some goals may go through the steps several times as plans adjust. Don't overlook the importance of taxes when budgeting. Reducing the amount you pay to the government by updating your monthly tax withholdings can free up money for other priorities. Putting money aside into a tax advantage account can help ensure you'll have funds available for future expenses such as healthcare, college, and retirement. So, what about traditional versus Roth retirement? Well, a traditional 401k or IRA offers an immediate tax deduction on contributions. Withdrawals during retirement are subject to be taxed. If you'd like to avoid paying taxes later in life, then use Roth accounts instead. Contributions to Roth 401k or IRAs are not deductible, but the money grows tax-free and can be withdrawn tax-free during retirement after the age of 59 and a half. Once your budget is complete, it should serve as a roadmap for how your family plans to spend its money moving forward. To be effective, it should be consulted frequently to ensure actual household spending is in line with what is written. Keep important documents in a central and secure location, ensuring both parties have access to bill payment schedule, login information, and required account management permission. Be prepared for financial changes associated with the unexpected. As family circumstances and priority change, the budget can be adjusted. Meeting monthly to review the previous month's spending and looking forward to the coming month's expenses can help partners stay on top of family finances. Combining a budget review with a date night can be a good way to make this process feel less like a chore. It's a great way to make sure a couple is on the same team. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you feel encouraged to start setting goals and budgeting as a family today.